fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
This segment sponsored by Edwin Coe Spirits. I am here at Edwin Coe Spirits, which is an artisan distillery located in Churubusco, Indiana. They offer craft spirits distilled here and distributed all throughout Northeast Indiana. I'm going to take you on the inside, talk to their owner, tour the place, and of course, taste their spirits. Let's do it. Joining me now is founder and distiller, Joe Collins. Hi, Joe.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Fantastic.
So you built this place, created this wonderful spirit shop, and it has such a vibe when you walk in, right? It's so warm and cozy. And so tell me, how did you start this place?
Well, my great-grandfather started making the old Coe product that I make in 1928 in Breaux Bridge, Louisiana.
Okay.
And for my wedding present for my wife in 2012, she got me some of his original product and both of his apprentices. Oh. And we're on the honeymoon, and I thought, I shouldn't let this recipe die with Grandpa.
Right.
So I'm gonna get a hold of the apprentice and get the recipe and start making it at home. So wow. I have a little 5-gallon still there in the cocktail room and started cooking on the stovetop, and then in my garage, and upgraded. Now we have the 300-gallon still behind us.
That's so cool that she was able to find the original. So I also heard from your wife that it started with moonshine. Is that right?
Yeah.
Back then?
Yeah. Grandpa never had his permits. No formal education, couldn't read or write. He was born in the Atchafalaya Basin.
Yes.
So.
That's fun.
Yeah.
And so passing it along and just really taking his reins in that sense, and then creating Edwin Coe Spirits. So where did the name come from?
It's a blend of me and my great-grandfather's names.
Okay.
So everyone called him Coe. His name was Coe Dupuis. In the phone book it was Coe, but like I said, didn't have a formal education, couldn't read or write. I found out in 2010 his name was actually Joseph Edwin Dupuis, and my name is Joseph Edwin. So I kind of blended the two names together and got Edwin Coe.
That's nice. And you have so much to offer here. When you first walk in, there's of course this cozy area, but this is a restaurant essentially. So people can come in, they can grab food from the restaurant that you have here, Fork and Fiddle, and then of course enjoy the craft cocktails that you all serve. And the best thing about it is that you make your own liquor here.
Exactly.
Yeah, so talk to me a little bit about the different types of spirits that you offer.
So I make a vodka, a gin. My gin I call it Gateway Gin, or soft gin. So it's light on the junipers, no coriander, no anise, so it's not bitter. It's very light and citrusy. And then I do 2 types of rum, a white rum and a barrel-aged rum.
Oh, wow.
I do, of course, Old Coe, my great-grandfather's product. I do a rye Old Coe and a high rye bourbon.
Wow, those are a lot of options, and I can't wait to dive deeper into learning more about what those spirits are and how you make them. And I see behind us there are so many barrels, and so every spirit that you provide actually goes through the barrels here?
Any of the brown spirits. So any spirit you see that's brown has been aged in a barrel. It comes out of the still crystal clear, so anything vodka, gin, rum, those have not been aged, but everything else has been aged.
Okay, and what's the vibe here? Like when people come and just enjoy your cocktails and taste your product, how do you feel when you walk in and see everyone enjoying your product?
Oh, that's fantastic. One of the best compliments I've ever gotten is someone said it's really easy to be here. And to me, that's the highest compliment I've ever had. It's just, it's easy, it's relaxing, it's come as you are, whether you're coming from a wedding reception or you're just getting off work. Just come as you are and come and have fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, will you take me on the tour?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
Okay, Joe, so this is what we see when we first walk in. So what is this entrance area?
This is kind of a receiving area, the bar area. Used to be all seating, then we built a new bar behind us, so now it just has this little receiving area or overflow area.
It's nice. It's like, okay, kind of greeting, kind of pick your games if you want to play something, and kind of hang out if you're waiting for your
got a lot of nice photos, family photos of my great-grandpa, and the article on the wall about him over there. That was actually his cardiac surgeon painted that painting for him.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love the one in the rocking chair. That's great.
Yeah.
He has no cares in the world.
No.
I love it. And then over here you have your display of your
so we have all of our products, or not all of our products, but all the products that are available for purchase we have here. So we have our high rye bourbon, and of course our flagship Old Co. And then our vodka, gin, rum, barrel-aged rum. There's a couple products that we're not selling right now because we're short until they've aged properly. So
that is so awesome. And your product is in many stores, so people can go to any liquor store, grocery store, and buy your stuff, right?
Yeah, so we have about 400 points of distribution. So Cap and Cork, Belmont, Meijer, Target, Kroger, and then most of the bars and restaurants in the area.
Yeah, okay, awesome. Well, let's keep looking.
All right.
Okay, Joe, so we're here in your dining room, which is really nice and very unique. So you have to tell me about the different mismatch furniture.
Yeah, we're a family-owned and operated business, so all of our furniture is basically free or cheap. And things have worked out really well. We've been able to find some really nice pieces, and everything kind of comes together and gives it a rustic, fun feel to it.
Yeah, it does, and you can kind of gravitate to your style, like, oh, I like that, or this feels like I'm at home. Yeah, that's nice. And then the space is so big and can seat so many people. I like the openness because you have so many open doors and windows, so there's a nice breeze that comes in. Yeah,
it has a very pavilion feel. We have 5 overhead doors, so when they're all open, you get a nice breeze and the sunshine in, and it feels more like a pavilion, not stuck inside a building.
Yes, and of course, we are surrounded by different areas of your distilling equipment. So like over here, you have your barrels. Yeah. So is there something in each of these?
Yes, all the barrels. There's a couple small ones that aren't full, but most of the barrels are completely full.
Wow.
You'll see them holding up pots and plants and stuff because we have nowhere else to put them. So they're all full. But when you're in Edwin Coe, you are inside the distillery. I mean, you're surrounded by barrels. There's a pallet of sugar for making rum, pallets of bottles and everything else. There's grain bins behind us, and of course the still and everything else. So you are inside the distillery when you're here.
You are. And about how long does the spirit stay in the barrels?
2 to 3 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
So you fill them and you think,
commitment.
I hope this is good.
Right.
And you know when it goes in. Yeah, you know what the distillate is like when you put it in, so you know it's going to be good. But it always takes on its own. Each barrel is unique, so even if you fill 6 barrels, when you go to harvest those 6, each one's going to taste a little bit different. Even if you filled them the same day and everything else, same batch. So they all have their own little characteristics to them. It's
yes, that's so cool. Okay, and then back here, we see the big machinery.
Yes.
This is where all the magic happens. So talk to me about this a bit.
So this is my new still. Well, it's about 2 years old now. Its name is Thelma. You name your stills after your grandmother's. So that would be my grandmother Coe's daughter, my great-grandfather who would make his whiskey.
Yes.
So this is our new 300-gallon hybrid production still. You can make everything from vodka, rum, aged spirits, whiskeys, anything. I have a dedicated gin still over in the corner, but this is our main production still here.
Yeah, that is beautiful. Oh my goodness. And then over here is a nice little rustic wooden bar vibe. Yes. Look at this. And we have Kristen here, your wife. Hi, Kristen.
Hello.
What are you doing back here?
I'm getting your flights prepared for the fun stuff.
Yes. Oh, yes. We're going to taste some of your product. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Yes. And so this is where people come and get them a drink.
Yep. Get a drink, or you can order at your tables, or use the QR codes on your phone and order yourself there. And
yeah, awesome. And then you have an outside area that's so cute. So we have to go out there. Wow. Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh, that breeze. I'm just loving it. Today is a good day.
Yeah, nice big back patio, sunshade, so you're not too hot.
Yeah. That's nice, and it seats so many people. I think that's what's incredible. Yeah. And then you have the stage over here, which is really cool. Music performances.
Live music every Friday, Saturday.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And then little games around there. What's that called?
Cornhole.
Cornhole.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Y'all know about cornhole? Awesome. Okay, well, I gotta just at least throw one in the cornhole, right? If it's out here, you have to do it from way back here?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. You can go first.
All right.
Ooh.
A little far.
Oh, okay. Almost. Oh, so close. So close.
We're not that great,
we gotta
are we?
work at it.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
Welcome back. Now that we have toured Edwin Coe Spirits and learned more about the business, we're going to try out some of their product. And I am back joined by their owner and distiller, Joe Collins. Hi. Okay, so now the fun part. We have been learning about your spirits, and we are sitting here right in front of your still. So share with us a little bit deeper about your process.
So we are a traditional grain to bottle distillery. Not all artisan distillers, even though they claim they might be, are not grain to bottle. You'll see large black totes behind us full of grain. We mill everything on site, ferment it, distill it, bottle it, hand label it, everything right here in the building.
Wow, that is awesome. And of course you have such a wide variety of so many different spirit selections, and we're gonna do a little taste. So where should we start?
We should start from the right and move our way left.
Okay.
The first spirit is our vodka over here.
Oh, over here,
Yep.
okay.
Corn-based vodka. We're in Indiana after all. A lot of vodkas are made from rye or wheat, but this one's going to be a little sweeter, a little more caramel vanilla, kind of a buttery round mouthfeel to it.
Oh, it smells amazing.
Yeah.
Ooh, I do like that caramelization that's on it. Yeah, that makes it. You can drink this on ice if you like it direct. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
That is good.
I always try to make all the spirits, not just the vodka, but all of them without any bite to them.
Yes.
So yeah, so as we go through the whole lineup, and they get easier as you drink a little bit more.
Yes, it does.
But yeah, I try to make them without any bite, so they're really easy and light and
Vodka
refreshing.
here.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. What's our next flavor?
The next is the gin. I call it my gateway gin. It's actually called soft gin. It's just
Yes. What is that? Soft gin.
it's a term we made up.
Okay.
Yeah. It just means that it's soft. It's not a London dry, which a London dry is going to be sharp and dry and bitter.
Okay.
And heavy on the junipers and coriander and anise. And mine's just going to be much more light. It's made from the vodka actually, so you're going to have that same buttery roundness, but then you're going to get a little citrus and a little bit of the juniper. It's going to be a little bit easier.
Okay. Let's do it. Yes, and it has that floral texture to it. But that's interesting. Something you said, which was it's made with, you say similar notes or a little bit of that vodka.
It's made from the vodka.
From the vodka.
So gin is basically essential oil vodka. So you make your vodka, you put all your botanicals in, and you let them steep for a couple days, and then you redistill it. And all the oils from all the botanicals sublimate through the column, and now you have all the oils from your botanicals in the gin.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's made from the vodka.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, next
And then
up.
we have our white rum. It's a Caribbean style white, so most whites are made in the United States are made from blackstrap molasses, which is the junk that's left over after they refine sugar. And mine's actually made from certified organic sugar cane.
Oh, okay.
So it has a much more Caribbean style flavor to it.
Ooh.
It's a full flavored
yeah.
white, so it's not going to be sharp and dry. It's going to be more of that roundness, a little sweet.
Has a little husk to it.
Yeah.
But yes, I could totally see this in pina colada. What do you make with rum? Pina coladas, a little
A lot of our
mojito.
beach style drinks,
Yeah.
mojitos, and we transition every season with different drinks, but the rums always has some sort of Caribbean, beach.
Yes,
flair
perfect
to
for
it.
summer. Love it.
Then we have our barrel aged rum, which is our full flavored white rum, and then it's been aged in a used whiskey barrel for about a year, give or take.
Okay, okay.
So. We're also going up in proof as we go across, so they're gonna get warmer and warmer.
Okay, I was about to say this is a lighter bourbon. Like it doesn't hit. It's not putting air on my chest.
Yeah.
This is nice. This is what is this one called?
It's an aged rum.
Just an aged.
But I call
okay.
it my dessert bourbon.
Yes.
Yeah, you hit it right on the nose.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, because it's a little sweeter and a little less harsh than a whiskey, but yeah, it's still aged. So
Nice. All right. What's next?
now we are on to our flagship, which is our Old Co. This is my great grandfather's Prohibition whiskey that I started making 10 years ago. It's gonna be very caramel vanilla, very smooth for a whiskey in particular. It's at 90 proof, so it's definitely gonna be a little hotter than the ones we tried before.
Okay.
But clean and smooth. Caramel vanilla, a little oak and smoke.
Yes, it reminds me of like a little fireplace or something,
Yeah.
right? It has that smoky taste to it. And so tell me, do you all offer tastings.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Share
So
with me about
we
that.
offer flights on the regular menu. When we do our tours in the fall and winter, we also do a flight at the beginning of every tour.
Yeah.
So talking spirits with the guests is one of my favorite things to do other than make the product. So,
yeah, and so the tour includes getting back there and being able to see what happens.
Yes.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Absolutely. We go very in depth with the distillation process during the tour.
Yes, and so tell me a little bit about the distilling process when it comes to the amount of time that it takes to get from, you say, grain to bottle.
Sure.
Yeah.
So vodka, anything clear is about 2 weeks from grain to bottle. So once you've milled it and fermented it or mashed it, fermented it, and then distilled it, vodka by law has to come off distilled at 190 proof. So we're drinking it at 80 right now, but by law it has to come over 190 or higher. Mine usually comes off at 192 and a half.
Okay.
And then from there you'll make your gin and you'll proof it down to about 100 and add your botanicals and then put it through the gin still, which I have a dedicated gin still because gin makes everything smell like gin. Otherwise you have to clean it all the time. Most of the process is pretty similar, and then when you get into the aged products, that's when things really get interesting because every barrel is different. And so as you're mashing and fermenting, and especially once you've distilled the product, you have a sense of what it's going to taste like once it's been aged, but it sits in a barrel for 2 years. And even if the barrels come from the same cooperage and the same wood source and everything, and they're barreled at the same time and they're harvested at the same time, each barrel is going to be different.
Okay.
And so that's what's really fun. So that's actually our next product is a single barrel Old Co.
Okay.
So the first one is blended, where I've taken several different barrels that I thought would blend really well together and I've put them together to make a single product. And this is a single barrel, so this is kind of a standout barrel. When I harvest some barrels, I taste them all and think, that one has all the characteristics that I want all by itself. I don't need to blend anything, and that's what we have here.
So is this your favorite?
Yes, it's also quite a bit hotter. So this is gonna be about 117 proof.
Oh, wow.
So the last one was 90 proof, this is gonna be 117, so it's gonna be much, much warmer.
Oh, yeah, let's smell it.
Much more concentrated flavor.
It gives it, though, there's like a cinnamon vibe to like a red hot.
Yeah.
That's that heat, right?
Single barrel is my favorite way to drink it.
Makes it a little spicy, a little
If
fun.
you have something that's that high proof, if you take a large ice cube and drop it in your glass, then as the product proofs down, you're gonna get different flavor profiles. So when I drink it at room temperature, I get a lot more, like you said, the spice. I get a lot more caramel vanilla. And as it starts to proof down, I get more of the leather, more of the fruity notes as it starts to proof itself down as the ice melts.
Wow.
So drinking it single barrel is really fun way to drink any kind of aged product.
That makes it more, how you just described it, makes it more fun.
Yeah, more dynamic.
To drink it on that big old chunk of ice, because it does give you different
over the 20, 30
flavors.
minutes you're drinking it, definitely the flavor profiles change the whole way through. Yeah.
Okay, what's next?
The next is our high rye bourbon. This is brand new.
Okay.
So it's going to be a similar flavor profile to the Old Co. It's very heavy on the corn, but for a bourbon, it's really heavy on the rye. Most bourbons have either none or a very low percentage of rye. Mine has 38% rye, so it's going to be much spicier.
Okay, sounds good.
Still clean and smooth.
It is,
Like I said, I try to make all the products very clean, easy to drink at room temperature and without ice or any mixers.
And so how much rye does this one have in it?
The Old Co has no rye.
No rye, and
Yes.
this one has 30%, you say?
38%.
Huh.
And the rye gives a much spicier flavor profile,
Right.
which we'll definitely taste on the next one. It's 100% rye.
Oh.
And it's my favorite actually. So I started making my great grandfather's product 10 years ago, but I like rye whiskeys.
Okay.
So I kind of took the same thing and the same process and used rye instead of corn.
Okay, that's so good, because I didn't really fully know the difference between the rye and like a Kentucky would be the opposite of a rye.
There's 42
Bourbon
different
or
types
rye?
of whiskey. It's your
Okay.
large overarching category, and then you have individual types of whiskey inside that. You have rye whiskey, you have single malt, you have corn whiskey, you have all kinds of different types of whiskeys.
Okay.
So yeah, the next one is a rye whiskey, where it's going to be 100% rye and it's very spicy.
Wow.
It's my favorite by far.
Yeah, so these are the bourbons, and then we crossed over to the whiskeys. Okay, and that change, it really is there. All right. Woo!
Yeah, so this is going to get
Yes.
a lot more of the pepper, a lot more heat.
Woo-hoo.
It's only 90 proof compared to the single barrel. It's 117, but it almost tastes hotter just because of the rye.
That one has some kick.
Yeah. And it's interesting how you change the whatever you ferment and whatever you distill, it changes.
Right.
Like I make my vodka out of corn and it gives it that buttery round flavor. But if you have like a potato vodka, which most people think vodka, they think potatoes, has an oily consistency to it. And wheat vodka has a similar oil to the potato, but also has more of an earthy tone to it. So if you like a wheated bourbon instead of a rye bourbon, like my high rye, that's gonna have more of the earthy tones to it compared to the spice that mine's gonna have.
Wow, that's incredible. Well, I enjoyed learning about your different spirits and also tasting them and getting the descriptions. That was amazing, Joe. Thank you. And I'm excited to continue this lesson and this learning with you as you just kind of dig deeper into your distilling process and also how you make each and every one of these selections.
Absolutely.
If you would like more information about Edwin Coe Spirits, we'll have their website listed below. You can come into their dining area, taste the different selections, and also find them at different retailers across Northeast Indiana. We'll be right back. This segment sponsored by Edwin Coe Spirits.
Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group. Have an idea for the show? Want to find out how you can be a guest? Contact us at livinglocal15@wayne.com. Go to the Living Local 15 page on wayne.com for recipes from the show, to watch a segment again, and to get information on products and services featured on Living Local 15. Follow us on social media at Living Local 15. Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.